Yo, what up YouTube? Welcome back to another thought process video. I've been kind of hammering these type of videos out. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying them. Hopefully they help you in ranked. This one in particular, I will be showing the very first fight and then cutting like halfway through the game because there's a lot of downtime. And I feel like there's nothing to really go over during that downtime. So we'll be cutting halfway through. It was a beautiful end game. Again, I can't stress it enough how good it is to play late game. This is going to be a perfect example of, it's getting a few kills and then worrying about kind of placement and where to go late game wise. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll have two more thought processes on this season, or this split, I should say, to go after this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys are happy to see the next two that are coming out. Yo, what up, guys? All right, so again, I've talked about it before, but make sure you have a favorite spot to land at. I have four. I highly recommend having four, and the reason why I say four is have a map, like an area of the map that you like from each corner of the map. It's okay if you like a center part, of course, but make sure you have a good spot to land at that you like a lot, that the ship's coming in first. Like if Launchpad, of course, was the very last drop off for the ship, at least, I wouldn't go Launchpad at all. I go to one of my other spots. The reason for that is I feel like there would be less kills if I waited all the way till I got the Launchpad, and I really couldn't third party anybody. Since it is Launchpad, I will land here. Since it's first, I will land here. It's going to be a good 3v3 if there's another team here, which normally there is. And there's a lot of third-party potential in other areas, like the fish place, as you can see south of me. And Antenna also has a huge third-party potential as well. So it's good to land areas like this so you can easily third-party people. That's why it's good to have, four spots of the map that you like. So whichever comes first, you can land there. And specifically for Launchpad, also the similar area to this called Northpad, you always want to have someone landing high ground all the time. It's a sniper overlook. If your team does not get that spot and another team does, it's not going to look pretty for your team. So I highly recommend you always have a dedicated person landing up there and a second dedicated person landing right next to them, if not on them, and then dropping down to the bends below. Because if you don't get this high ground, again, you're going to lose more than likely. The only way you can kind of overtake the high ground if another team gets it is if you focus the two guys that are down low, or if one of your teammates get a sniper and can out snipe the guy. But I highly don't recommend that. So this team was really smart. They got out because they didn't get the high ground. So it's really smart to get out and get a different positioning, because if they get third party from like the fish place, I keep calling it fish place. It's called Fish Farms. There we go. I have it on my phone. It's called Fish Farms. So if you get third partied and the team down low normally gets focused, so you do not want that to happen at all. All right, so starting off right here with this fight, I am pushed up a lot further than my teammates. Again, you can play this position as Gibby just like a Wraith or an Octane. It's okay to be this far up. It's okay to be the initial damage dealer, because again, you do have escapes being your bubble. Right here, I'm waiting for my teammates to get a little closer to scan, so I know I can immediately just ape the Wraith. Right there, I see a blue shield swap, by the way, and it's good to always know where your shield swaps are. So right there, I throw a bubble in the very back left. That way, I still have this little area to work with inside that small room. Again, shield swap, so I haven't lost really any health at all now. So I wanted them to wipe off my white shield just so I can get that blue swap. I stopped shooting right there for the simple fact I want my teammates to get KP as well. I could just switch my PK, of course, because I ran out of 301 ammo. I could switch my PK. Teammates still probably would have got it, but it's good for me not to try to even get the kill at all, because I need someone else to get KP as well. So going back, I know I'm talking a little fast. At least in my head I am. I could be a bot. So when you're bubbling, like how I bubble that Wraith, the reason I didn't throw the bubble inside the room or right at the door is because I wanted more of the edge to work with. So if I threw it a little more at the door or inside the building, I wouldn't have any bubble to work with, because all the bubble edges, because bubbles have edges, the edge of the bubble would be touching the walls. So you really can't go in and out unless you're going up the staircase, which is still not a very good idea to do. It's not very ideal at all. So I throw a little in the far back left. So enough of the bubble is in the middle of the room. So the edge of the bubble's in the middle of the room. So I can literally fight right in the middle of the room and go in and out and still have a clean bubble fight with not having to worry about not having cover. So that's why I placed the bubble like I did. And if you want to go back and rewind it and kind of watch that point of where I threw it and how I kind of executed the fight and to see exactly where the bubble was placed. And I guess, and again, the edge of the bubble in the center of the building, it's huge to do. So always keep that in mind when you're throwing the bubble like that to make sure it doesn't like engulf or like be around the entire room. And you can't really go to the edges of it. You're just fighting in the middle of it, so you're basically just fighting in the room itself. So there's no point in throwing the bubble. So make sure you always have at least the edge of the bubble in the middle of the room, if it's a small room like that at least. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and skip forward because all we're doing is just, of course, we're just crafting. So jump right into it. Bloodhound, we were able to find a team in front of us as we start chasing for a little while. And right here, I'll be able to explain what this other Gibby did wrong. And it's not good to do this at all, Chief. 100%. He had a huge potential to actually clutch for his team that could have costed us heavy. And right there, it was, I didn't know exactly where they were, and that was my fault for pushing up too far. And another thing is make sure you start healing when you're already behind cover, not when you're getting to it. Or I could have got punished right there as well. So I bubble like that so I know I can peek a little bit on the guys that are pushing up towards us, and I was actually able to get both assists. This is where the Gibby messed up. He threw ult a little behind his teammates when he should be throwing ult in front of his teammates while they're still up. It would have cornered us heavily. Or he could have thrown it right on us at the time when his teammates were pushing up, and it would have hurt bad. Missed opportunity for that Gibby. He waited till his teammates were knocked, realized he had nothing else to do. At that point, if you're too late on throwing your ult when we're behind cover, bubble's already down, there's actually no excuse for that. He should have already thrown bubble when I threw my, not bubble. He should have thrown his ult, my bad. He should have thrown his ult on top of me when my bubble was already down. So my bubble would have went away, and I would start getting slapped by the ult. That's what he should have thrown his ult. He waited till his teammates got knocked. He threw it a little bit behind where his teammates were to keep us kind of from pushing. But we were already past that point. So this is kind of unfortunate on his part for how he placed that. All right, just get out this right side. Again, it's when you're playing Gibby, you start to notice other Gibby's mistakes.
When I was in ult, I didn't see anything at all.
And right there, that was a huge mistake he did. He literally could have capitalized on the fact that, we were behind cover. I just used bubble. His teammates had a good position, and he never threw ult until after they were knocked. And that's not what you want to do at all. You have to take advantage of the fact that we're pinned against his teammates and the Storm. Now we're just looking a place to kind of rotate. And this is a huge open area of the map, so it's not good for us to rotate in. And I just keep, at this point, I just keep looking for a spot on the map. And that's why I got lasered. I was kind of like looking at the map in the open. I don't highly recommend doing that. But when you're IGL, you always want to try to find a spot to go. And here, I realize we need to go antenna. We need to wrap around and get into the building. That's right outside of Jurassic Park area.
Don't worry about jump pad.
Again, sorry for the sniffling, guys. It's just going to be an uphill battle for me. I've been having really bad allergies as well, so itchy nose, the whole nine. It's not fun. That's why I do this a lot. Can't help it. But again, when you're IGLing, you have to make that call out, and it has to. Sometimes it has to. You have to listen. You just have to do it right then and there. Again, the reason why we had to rotate so fast is because if we got stuck by another team and we had to fight another team, now we're pressed to fight them as long as and like dealing with Storm as well. So it's good just to go ahead and rotate as fast as you can, beat Storm, and if there's another team there, at least we have a little bit of time to work with.
Gotcha.
Full squads, by the way. So
I just want to scan this building.
hopefully I explained that correctly. I don't know. My nose is bothering me. So we don't have to worry about that third party. We just have to worry about where the other two teams 100% are.
He's got the 4 to 10, so he should be able to see anybody.
come open the door. We have no time to sit here.
There's a bunch of fucking prowlers.
And the reason why I make them open the door is because they have snipers. I know that might sound like a weird
Oh, there
thing,
they are.
but I really need, if you're a sniper, you want to be the one to control that door because you're going to be the one to be able to shoot. I can just sit there and
They're in the
crouch
vaulting.
behind a ramp. There's no reason for me to really go out first and peek. It's best for the sniper to do that. And again, we're taking advantage of the fact that we have the beacon. And as Gibby, of course, you know, this at this point it's like it's a known thing where you have to bubble, not have, but you want to bubble the person that is scanning.
Yeah, you're good,
Now,
you're good, you're good.
of course, in you know the higher, like the pro, like the actual ALGs, they will bubble instantly. When you're just playing ranked, I don't recommend just throwing your bubble down on top of your teammate when you don't even know if anyone's there or not. It's good to have the bubble, like you focusing on throwing the bubble down. By the way, GG's Hector, get wrecked, nerd.
You guys still
It's
safe,
good
right?
to throw the bubble down if they start getting shot. So don't throw it down beforehand, because you might need that bubble. It's best to save it. So again,
Let me just-
if you don't see anybody else around, don't throw the bubble unless they get shot at. But be prepared to throw the bubble as soon as they get shot, because a team can 1, 2, 3, or it could be unfortunate event where they get Kraber in the head, like young Hector did right there. So if someone ever tells you like pretty much, yo, bubble me, I'm, you know, scanning beacon, just don't really do it unless you know there's 100% a threat around. If there's no threat, don't bubble unless they start getting shot at. But you still have to be next to them just in case.
Yeah, yeah, it's a Gibby. Gibby with red. $77 on Gibby, red.
Again, I hope I'm explaining this correctly. I don't know.
Dude, I have the cheekiest angle. It's ridiculous, honestly.
Every single time I do these thought processes, I feel like I miss on certain points that I need to hit on.
Zone 4.
But I think I'm
Yeah,
covering
okay,
everything
pretty
that's
good
going on
out
so
there.
far.
Fuck, it's a window.
And again, even though I'm pretty sure this is safe, I like double checking because teams can always rotate behind you and stuff like that. Even in late storm, because you have Ash, you have Wraith, you have Valk as well. So I like to be the one. Again, my teammates are in the building where I'm solo. I like to be the one that kind of anchors and holds the other positions away from my teammates. And that's why I'm kind of holding this back area, making another team doesn't really rotate behind us, because it is 12 people, 4 squads left, so all the squads are filled.
What is this Gibby? What is this Gibby doing? What is this Gibby doing?
So again, I like to say certain things over and over again so you guys just understand that it needs to happen. You know, you being solo over your teammates, it just needs to be a thing for the simple fact that you have a lot of health. And you have a bubble, you have a full kit, you can pretty much get out like Wraith, Pathfinder, Octane, all that.
87. 81, flash.
And that Kraber is an absolute problem. If they knock one of us, we'll take that thing. Yeah, right here. At this point, we're trying to figure out where like everybody is. I know I'm just quiet. But at this point, we're just pretty much trying to figure out where all the teams are, and I'm sitting there thinking, what's the best spot for us? And I found the spot for us. It's covered from the team to the right. The team to the far left doesn't notice us. All we have to worry about is a team that's holding inside that little area, this little island right here.
We need a pad right here.
Again, perfect pad. Bad execution by C-Fly24. Blastoise will follow me up with the same problem.
I know, I'm coming. Come on, Mikey. Oh my god, the fucking thing. Yeah.
And at this point, they know we're here. So this is when I like to start finding angles. Again, as the Gibby, you can find the angles. You can be the one to peek. You can be the main damage dealer.
Oh, I seen how.
the one that does the initial damage.
can see
Also,
it's
you can shoot through the
fucking
bamboo like that. So they were probably confused. Because I didn't know you could do this until I actually started looking. And it's all about hitting them from different angles as well. I hit him from the left side a little bit. I told him not to look at that because they're already looking. And I immediately wrap to the right and catch him on this another angle. Again.
Blasting him. Push us.
And a bubble forward, just a simple to protect us. I thought that guy was not. GG's. And GG's on that. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it really quick. Because this happens really fast. So when you're catching someone from one angle, if it's a small area like this, it's good just to relocate. I always tell people it's good about your Gibby positioning and always being on the move. If you're shooting from a window and then next thing you know, you're climbing up to shoot them from the rooftop if you find like a little angle. The next thing you know, you're shooting through the doorway and then going back up top, shooting them doorway, then window. So it's one of those things that you always want to relocate as Gibby and just bring that pressure and be annoying. And you can do that as Gibby. You have an arm shield. It's hard for them to knock you down. And by the time I go to that next corner, I have my arm shield back again. So it doesn't really affect me at all. As long as I'm shooting a little bit and backing up before I take crazy damage and then relocating, it's huge. So you can still do this kind of thing with Gibby, and that worked out well in this fight. So I highly recommend always just trying to figure out new positionings. You shoot from one side, go to the other side, and just start being annoying. You can still be that annoying character just like Wraith and Octane, but you know you have more health in this at this point, and you can push whenever you want with cover. That's why as soon as I shot to the right, I did a lot of damage. That's why I threw bubble forward so my team can push, and you know we'll still be protected while we're pushing. So again, that's why Gibby's such a good character just to start the fights pretty much.
Go push this other fight. Right now.
So
right
I
now.
hear the other teams fighting, and that's just my cue to immediately third party, and that's why I throw alt. You know, it's good to throw alt when the last two teams are fighting. It's huge to throw alt on top of them. At this point, I'm just trying to just, you know, thirst anyone that's knocked. It was pretty much slim pickings for us, kill wise, and the last guy got knocked down. It was not a huge fight, of course, for the very end, but it definitely was a very smart play. It was a very good end game. We played it really smart. We took the advantage of the fact that those two teams were fighting and got the easy cleanup, and we got a free dub off of it. So again, this one wasn't really a crazy game. Again, only 11 kills as a team. But still, overall, it's a good win. So, for everyone that kind of struggles to get kills, don't worry necessarily about the kills. You get all your kills late game. We got lucky a little bit in the beginning, of course, where we fought a team off start, and then while we're rotating, we fought another team. But that's all we really did. We didn't go crazy. We didn't drop like 30 kills, 20 kills. We only dropped 11, and late game had a lot to do with that. So, yeah, I highly recommend, you know, as long as you're playing late game smart, you're going to get your kills. Don't go crazy about it. Don't worry about you not having any kills. Those placement points is what really matters. And if you can get like a kill or two towards the end of the game, it's huge. So hopefully this video helped out with kind of understanding those kind of things. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. Yo, hopefully you guys enjoyed the YouTube video. Again, I appreciate you guys for watching these thought process videos. I know I throw these out more than any other video. I feel like they're the best information to get if you're looking to rank up, especially as a Gibraltar main. Or if you have teammates that have played Gibraltar, you can kind of learn what they should be thinking and kind of help them out. And you can also work with them very well just because you know the knowledge of what they're going to do. So with these thought process videos, of course, the next split is coming up. I'm excited to get into that. It's going to be on World's Edge, I'm pretty sure. So I'll have 2 more thought processes from this map going out before I start throwing out the new map, of course, World's Edge ranked. So hopefully you guys are excited to watch some tips from that, because again, I'll be going through my Plat 2 to Master Grind again. And then next season, I plan on try hitting Pred, but for now, I'm gonna focus on content. And then I'll eventually get to trying to hit Pred and stuff like that. So again, thank you guys for watching. Sorry I like to talk a lot. It's just a habit. I can't help it. So thank you guys.